So guys, today I would love to share something interesting with you, something that has to do with our day-to-day activities, something that actually supports our growth system. So what is that interesting thing I've been talking about here? It's the gastrointestinal tract, or you can call it the digestive tract. So in this video, I'll be showing you how the food you eat passes through different organs in your digestive system, and also how these food substances are being digested in your body. So stay with me and don't go anywhere. So first of all, let's know what the digestive tract is all about. Well, the digestive tract is a system of organs which actually takes in food, digests this food, extracts all the energies and nutrients in these food substances, and expels the remaining waste out. So now let's move on to the components or the different organs that actually helps in what we just said, which is the ingestion and also the digestion of these food substances. Now the major component of the digestive system is the alimentary canal, or you can call it the digestive tract. As you can see on your screen, is a coil tube extending from your mouth to your anus. Another part of the digestive system are the accessory digestive organs. Now these ones are not part of the alimentary canal, but they are part of the digestive system. The alimentary canal is actually divided into segments. We have the mouth, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. While for the accessory digestive organs, we have the tongue, the teeth, the salivary glands, the liver, the gallbladder, and also the pancreas. Now let's see how food moves from one of these organs to another. Moving back to the alimentary canal, when we take in food, for example a piece of yam, into our mouth, which is the oral cavity. Connected to our mouth, we have the salivary glands, which we just mentioned as part of the accessory digestive organs. Now these salivary glands are divided into three. We have the parotid gland, sublingual gland, and the submandibular gland. So these glands actually helps produce enzymes which breaks down the piece of yam we have taken into our mouth. Now after this, food passes from your mouth through the esophagus down to your stomach, where acid and digestive juices are being released to further break down those food molecules. Right inside the esophagus, we have sphincter muscles that are located at both ends of the esophagus. At the upper end, we have the upper esophageal sphincter, and at the lower end, we have the lower esophageal sphincter. Now, the lower sphincter actually prevents the backflow of acid from the stomach into the esophagus or the mouth, and when this happens, we call that acid reflux. And the upper sphincter actually prevents air from entering into the digestive tract and also prevent food particles from entering into the airways. Now at the bottom of your stomach, we also have another sphincter muscles there, which is called the pyloric sphincter. This pyloric sphincter actually helps keep food in the stomach for a particular time for a proper breakdown of food molecules by acid and digestive juices. Now after proper breakdown of food molecules by digestive juices, the pyloric sphincter further allows these food molecules to move into the first part of the small intestine called the duodenum. After passing through the duodenum, it moves into the middle part called the jejunum, and then it moves into the last part called the ileum. And I want you to understand something here. The fact that the small intestine is a long coil tube is because that's where the absorption of nutrients take place, and so the food molecules need much time for proper digestion and absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. Now after all this has been done, the remaining food molecules move from the small intestine to the large intestine, which is also called the colon. Now the first part of the colon, which the small intestine is connected to, is called the cecum. Now from the cecum, food molecules travels through the ascending colon. From the ascending colon, it moves to the transverse colon. From the transverse colon, it moves to the descending colon. So from the descending colon, it moves to the sigmoid colon, which is connected to the rectum, where feces are stored before excreting them through the anus, and that's when you feel like And in the anus, we can also find two sphincter muscles, which are the internal anal sphincter and the external anal sphincter muscles. The internal anal sphincter are actually involuntary muscles, while the external anal sphincter are actually voluntarily controlled. Now let me explain. Whenever you don't feel like pooping, this internal sphincter helps hold that feces so that it doesn't leak out, and that is why it is called the involuntary sphincter muscles, because you can't control it. You're not the one controlling it. While for the external sphincter muscles, which are the voluntarily controlled muscles, this one, when you feel like pooping but you don't want to really poop, you can actually voluntarily control it so that it doesn't also leak out. And that's why most of the time when you're feeling really pressed and you don't want to actually respond to that. You begin to, So now let's look at the accessory digestive organs, which are very important for the digestion of food. Let's look at the liver. The liver releases a pigment known as bile. Now this bile pigment actually helps break down fatty foods. Yeah, the fatty foods you love so much. The liver releases a pigment that helps break down those fatty foods for proper digestion. Another accessory digestive organ I mentioned is the pancreas. That one actually releases digestive enzyme also, which helps facilitate digestion. So you can see that all these organs actually help to play an important role in the digestion of food, and no one is actually left out. So I'll stop here for today, and please don't forget to like, comment, share for others to learn, hit the subscription button, follow my page, and see you in the next one.